Good morning and welcome to Data and Dine 2021. My name is Chris Salt and we are here at the Rutgers Club bright and early to cook breakfast for you all. This morning we're going to cook a French crepe. Crepes are basically a flat pancake. You can find these all over the world. It may be called a tortilla or it might be called a bansu. Depending on what part of the world you're in, it's basically the same thing. Unleavened, flat pancake. So let's get started. You have the recipe, and I'll try and talk us through it as we go. First off, we have the flour already measured out. It's half a cup. If you noticed on the recipe, we need melted butter. So the best thing to do is when you get started is to put the butter in the same pan that you're going to make the crepes in. So while this is melting, we'll go ahead and make the batter. Okay, we have 4 ounces of flour, and we're going to add to that 2 ounces of milk. These ladles are 2-ounce ladles. Okay. An egg. Usually people will crack the egg on the edge. I like to crack it on something level so that there's no shell goes into the mix. Okay, just sort of mix this up a little bit. Obviously it's very thick, and we're going to add our water now. The one thing about crepes, you don't want it to be thick. It's better to have it thin than thick. Okay, so we're mixing up the batter here. Try not to get any lumps. Incorporate all the flour. Add a little salt, because who knows, Nelson and I may want to eat this later. Okay, so as you can see, the butter is almost melted. So we're going to turn that down a little. We're going to work on the batter a little. As you can see, this is too thick. Okay, because we want the batter to roll around the pan when we cook it. We don't want it to all of a sudden plop in one place like you would a normal pancake. Still a little thick. We're going to add the butter, which is going to thin it out a little bit, but it's better to start out a little thin, and you'll see why. Okay, we're going to add the butter. We are pretty much there. Going to give it a good couple of whips here and make sure we don't have any lumps. Okay, that's pretty much what you want to have. We're going to keep this whip handy because we may want to thin it out a little as we go. Okay, so we've got the pan. Medium-high heat, right? When you make a French crepe, the first one, according to the French, is for the dog. Okay? It's a saying that they have, meaning that the first one hardly ever comes out exactly the way you want it. Okay? A little extra butter won't hurt. I'm going to make that a little thinner. You'll see what I mean when I pour it into the pan and how we want it to roll around. Okay, so as they say, the first one's for the dog. So let's go ahead and try this out and see if we get lucky. Okay, we've got our batter here. We tilt the pan, pour the batter into the pan, and around it goes. Yeah, this is a little thick, as you can see. So the first one's for the dog. So we're cleaning out the extra butter that's in there. We're cleaning out all of the stuff that is in the batter that is not necessarily correct. And you can see how the first crepe is not the best crepe, which is fine because that's the way it's supposed to be. We've got our little spatulas here. We're going to go ahead and finish this up just in case the dog is hungry. When I practiced this at home, my dog was loving it. Okay? So you can see that it's not quite brown yet. It's not quite ready yet, but it doesn't matter. Okay? Now, we are ready. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit thinner. Like I said before, I thought it was a little thick. Oh yeah, that's certainly a lot better. Okay, here we go again. To the pan. Down we go. Oh, look at that. See? Doesn't that look a lot better? This one will not be for the dog. And if you miss a spot, you can just keep rolling it around until it covers it up. Okay? If you get a little hole, you can take a little batter and drop it over the hole. Everything is fine. And the good thing about this is once you get this pan the right way, you just keep going. Just keep going. And it goes pretty quick, pretty quick. And then you have the crepes that you have finished. Maybe you separate them with some parchment paper so they don't stick. And they're ready to be stuffed, wrapped, rolled, whatever your process is. And once you see all of the different options, then you'll be able to experiment or see what you like best. Okay, so as you can see, the edge of the crepe is starting to bubble up and it's starting to come away from the pan. That means it's just about ready to turn over. And don't be shy. In other words, if you have to reach in there and grab with your fingers, look at that. Does that look good or what? Okay? So, we're going to take this. We're going to flip it over. Okay? So, now it starts to look like a crepe, right? Certainly better than the first one. Okay? Nice color. The edges start to bubble up and they get a little dry and they come away from the pan. That's when you know it's ready to flip. And as you can see, the butter from that original melt is just enough to keep this from sticking. You don't really want it any more than that. Other side, looking good. We're gonna use this. We're gonna let it cool a little. And we're gonna concentrate on using the pre-made crepes to do our breakfast. Okay, because this one's gonna be a little warm. We'll probably use this one maybe for the Nutella, because the Nutella is kind of thick. When it hits something warm, it tends to loosen up a little. Okay. So here we are. We've got a crepe. We've got a crepe. We've got another crepe. Okay, all different recipes. You guys have the list that I gave you as far as strawberries, Nutella, granola, blueberries, bananas, yogurt, whatever you want to do. I chose a couple of my own just because of I wanted to show you the different folds. And the first one I'm going to do has these ingredients. We've got a Nutella, got a banana. We're going to cut up the banana. I don't like to do this too early because, as you know, bananas will brown. So we're looking for something pretty. Okay, so we're cutting up the bananas. This crepe is going to be a fold rather than a roll. Okay, got a little Nutella. Okay. I warmed this up just a tad, just so it'll move around a little bit. Okay. Fold. Fold. Okay. Now, we'll get a little blueberries, since we've got all our little cups here. Got a little blueberries. We've got some strawberries that are already sliced. We've got some granola. Got some nuts. What the heck? We've got nuts. Let's put some more nuts on there. Little whipped cream. Okay. And you can move around, make it a little prettier if you want. Okay, so our first crepe. Nutella, banana, fruit. Very healthy. Okay, a little sweet. Okay, the next one we're going to make is also a fold. This is probably my favorite. This one has mascarpone cheese, fig spread, and fruit. So what we're looking at here is maybe cheese and fruit, right? Good combination. Okay, same thing as before. A little mascarpone down on there since we're going to fold this. The fig spread also on the inside. And as you can see, I didn't put very much in there because, you don't want to overstuff it. Fold it, smash it down a little, fold it over again. You could turn it over like this if you don't want to see the fold. Okay, now, same as before, some berries. Okay. Little whipped cream. Little crazy, huh? Honey. Okay. A couple more blueberries over here. What the heck, we have them, right? We've got a little strawberry that we kind of sliced, but we didn't slice it all the way through. Kind of our little garnish. Just push on it and let it fan out. Okay. And last but not least, our crunch, our granola. Okay. What started out looking kind of crazy and sloppy, all of a sudden has come together to be like the kind of thing you would expect at an elegant restaurant. Don't forget, the granola is there also not only to add a little healthiness to it, but it also adds crunch. All right? Texture is important when you're doing food. Color, texture. Okay, last one. We've got our banana. This one is going to be more of a roll. Okay, so we want to line everything up kind of like you would sushi. You want to line everything up in the middle. And we're just going to roll it over. Okay, and the garnish will be very similar to the inside. Maybe a little alternation. Strawberry, banana, strawberry, banana. Again, we've got some honey. And whenever you have the opportunity to drizzle something from a squeeze bottle, I think it just looks so pretty. We've got our whipped cream. Maybe this time we'll just do a little on the ends here. And then, like I said before, a little crunch doesn't hurt. Maybe not as much as we did before. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so breakfast crepes, easy, right? I mean, I don't know how long that took, but it seemed like we were moving pretty quick. Even though I had some crepes made ahead of time, which is what you would do at home. You would make the crepes ahead of time, and then you would start to create. decide what you want to have. Obviously, your mise en place, another French word, meaning having everything ready to go. Slice your strawberries, have your granola out, maybe warm up your Nutella. All of the things that you're going to need in the end, you want to have ahead of time. Okay? When we get together at lunchtime for the bibimbap, also very important to have your things ready. If you're going to cook along with us, if you're going to watch it and cook later, it's not so important. But if you're going to cook while I cook, then you want to have things ready. You want to have your grains cooked ahead of time. You want to have your brunoise, peppers, carrots, slice up your scallions, all those little things that are going to make everything move along a little quicker. Some of the things I did ahead of time, some of the things I'm going to do just to show you the knife skills, but we're going to try and move the bowl along as quick as we can. Cooking your grains or your rice ahead of time, having your mushrooms sauteed, maybe even cook your fish or chicken ahead of time, depending on whether you want to serve it hot or warm. Me, I like to have it a combination of warm, some hot, some warm. So the grains will be warm, but the chicken will be hot. Everything else will be cold. So anyway, hope to see you then. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy the presentations. Have a good day. Bye-bye.